Welcome back to the Teardrop build. I went to Lowe's and got some lumber to do the floor for my trailer. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. I plan on getting some of this stuff cut up and some of it may be assembled today. So I've got all these 1x4s, and there's also a 1x6 out there as well. And I've got them all cut to size. Just cut out here on my miter saw. A few different sizes here that'll be just put in. So what I need to do now is put in pocket holes on the ends of all of these that are out here. And those will then tie into there. You have a shop dog. Arvo, where's your ball? Where's your ball? He just keeps bringing his ball, but he doesn't bring it close to me. We're working on it. Well, my jig is all set up. I've got an older Kreg jig. I think this is, I want to say it's the K4. I don't remember, but it's an older one that's more of a manual setup, so I have to do all the adjustments for all of this, but it's pretty much just always been set up for 3/4 inch wood because I used to do cabinets and that kind of stuff. But I like this because it has a vacuum attachment, so I can just attach it to a shop vac and help to keep everything a little bit less dusty. All right, about 10 minutes to get all those drilled into, and then we'll assemble. So I think I'm gonna do is assemble this on the frame so I can try to make it square as possible. I have a helper out there. What I decided to do was to put holes all the way through my 2x2 frame in order to mount the other suspension bolts here. So I'm gonna drill holes underneath these to make room for this to sit on. All right, now for the last piece. Let's see if I cut these all to the right size, and this last piece should fit right in here. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. I still know what I'm doing. We're at 29.5. 29.5. Double check. 29.5. So we are here. I've got the framework done for the floor. I'll have I have an opening here for the table to sit in. I think that'll be really cool. I'm gonna do that for sure. I'm gonna order my wheels and my tires this week so I can roll it around. I'm gonna roll it out to do the Raptor lining instead of putting it on those caster wheels. It feels really good to get my clamps out again and all my tools out and to get some new tools. All right, so next on the floor, I need to cut this plywood here. I need to cut this at 48 by 59 and 7/8. And actually, let me double check. I just checked it, but we'll check it again. 59 and 7/8? Hey, I was right, 59 and 7/8. The 48 is gonna be half of the length of the trailer, and the 59 and 7/8 is going to give the width this way. It's going to have a little bit of an overhang on the frame, and this will be the bottom. That's where the side walls are going to sit on and screw into the side of each of these side rails here. Measure on this side, 59 and 7/8. Well, after cutting the 1/4-inch plywood, I just dry fit it onto the frame just to see how well it's gonna fit, and it looks like it'll be just fine. So I'm gonna use just some liquid nails, heavy duty construction adhesive. And then I'm gonna fasten that down with a staple gun. This is one that I have. And it just takes a bunch of different types of staples, 7/32 crown. All right, that's not cutting anymore. I will have to flip this again to paint this and to put the underlayment on. Yeah, I forgot about something. This is where the cabinet is gonna go for the drawers that come out. Now what I could do is just put another one of these in. I've got plenty, and put one in over here because the cooler line is gonna be right here. Or I could just switch the cooler over to here. I'm just gonna put another one in so I can choose which side I want the cooler to be on. It's a beautiful morning in the mountains. All I really have to do right now is cut this hole out here for the floor storage. Let's see. Find my jigsaw right here. Perfect. I got a rough cut hole cut out. I still have trim to do, but what I decided to do, because it's hard to see when I'm standing on the outside of this, to see where the blade is at, especially when I get out really far, just because I'm not 7 feet tall. So I cut out this hole as a rough cut, and I'm going to stand in the middle of it and be able to see this a lot better. I fit right into the storage table area. I wanted to use the jigsaw mainly on here because I'm going to be using my jigsaw to cut out the side pieces for this camper, as well as the cabinet doors. I want to get as much practice in with my jigsaw as possible. All sanded up and nice and level. Just want to make sure that that plywood is flush with the edge, so when I go to put the board in here and glue it to this side, it won't stick out and have a weird things. Primer is on. I got 2 coats on everywhere. I just need to put the insulation in here, put the top on, and make the box for the bottom and paint the bottom part. In the meantime, I'm going to switch back over to the frame because I've got some parts coming. I'll be able to do the axles. I got the axles on. I'll be able to do the hubs. I got one of the hubs in right here, and I'm just waiting for the right hand side. So I'll be able to get those on, put the tires on, the tire and the tongue jack, and I'll be able to finish the frame. I wanted to touch up some spots with the Raptor liner.